Hey, how's it going? It's your boy Kennard Lewis. We here in the flesh. We doing it right. And I'm here today to talk about a topic that I feel many of us engage in a little bit. And sometimes it can be a little excessive. And that's about being hard on ourselves. You know, I believe that there's a time where it's beneficial where we can give ourselves constructive criticism. But it's another thing when we start to become self critical and we start beating ourselves down and start thinking that we're not worthy enough or we're not capable enough. And that's an issue. Because I know last week we talked about limits, right? How we have physical limits, mental limits, we have those, but sometimes it can be limiting to be so hard on yourselves that you don't get to grow. That you're carrying such a burden on your back that is very hard to move. And I understand that. I understand that because as I'm getting into this field of therapy and counseling, I'm scared. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to do the wrong thing. I just want to help. I want to be there for people. But I have to understand that in this process that I'm in, that it's not always going to go the way that I wanted to go. Because we have a vision, right? We have a vision how things are supposed to look. We have a vision how things are supposed to be made. And when things are not going that way, we start to self-internalize this toxic identity that we're not good, we're worthless, right? Because, like for me, when I see that the kids are not being respectful, or they're not listening, or they're not developing, or they're not doing what I want them to do, there's something wrong with me. Right, that's what I'm thinking about, right? That thought process, as we talked about months ago, how we sometimes spiral like it's crazy, right? But sometimes it ain't even about that we need to fix ourselves because we're not broken. We just need to change our approach. We need to change our approach so that we can get better results. And I understand that we're putting in work. We're working hard. We're doing what we need to do, but nothing's happening. So if nothing's happening, then it's our fault, right? That we're not smart enough. We're not good enough. And I hate that mentality. And I hate it because I know that I do it sometimes because I don't want to mess up, right? I don't want to. I don't want to fail. I know failing is part of the development, but it's different when you're dealing with human beings, when you're dealing with adolescents. Like you got somebody's life that you're dealing with. You got your future in your hands, and you don't want it to crack down. You don't want it to break. But it's very easy to say, relax, Kennard. Stop being so hard on yourself. Take a moment, take a chill pill, relax. It's okay. It's gonna work out. But it's very hard to think about that when you're in the moment, right? Because we talked about emotion, like emotional connection. We talked about that, and it's very hard to gain clarity or perspective when we're in it, when we're going through it, right? But we have to understand the root. Why are we so hard on ourselves? Where did that pressure come from? Why are the expectations so high? Who's creating them? What's going on? Or have we been traumatized? I don't know. And sometimes I think that we become hard on ourselves about development. Is that we believe that things need to happen in a timely fashion and they don't. And I get mad at myself too because it's like you think that 5 years go by, you should get something right. 10 years, right? Even we feel that way after months or a couple of years. We feel that way, but we have to understand that sometimes we're in trauma more than we are out of trauma. And we have to understand just as much as it takes us 18 years or 25 years to fully develop our brains, it's going to take some time to get out of these situations, to grow, to develop. I understand that we're going to get hard on ourselves and we're going to get frustrated. We are. But to combat that, again, we have to answer those questions. What's happening? And also, we have to understand that just because it's not working out, just because we haven't yielded results, doesn't mean we're any less smart, capable, strong, or any of that. It does not mean like that. It does not mean that. And I know that's even hard to get out of that mindset, because a lot of these are learned behaviors. We get, disciplined by our parents, by our teachers, our coaches, by society. It gotta be this way. It has to look that way. And we look to that and we internalize that, and when things don't happen, we don't like ourselves anymore. And it's very debilitating. And I know, because I get emotional when I get hard on myself. I carry so much weight. I carry and I'm definitely working through it. Definitely understanding that I'm going to get better and that this is going to work out, and that's what we need to do as individuals. Is that this is not the end. That we're going to grow. We're warriors. We're warriors, failing or not. We're capable of standing, failing or not. I know that things are not going to look the way that they want us to look, or that we want it to look, but it will eventually. This is a journey. It is a process. Like, us being so hard on ourselves to the point that we cannot develop does not help our case. We have to look at the positives. We have to focus on our strengths. We have to focus on what we're good at. Because if we look at what we're weak, or we need to improve on, or we're not good at, we're going to think back to us being worthless. We're going to think that we need to be down in the ground or in the dirt. That's not where we're supposed to be. We're going to get through this. We're strong. We're going to move through. So let's try, understand why we're hard on ourselves, and understand that we're going to succeed, and we're doing great. We're doing all right. And that's what we have to work on right now. So thank you, and I'll see you next time.